What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jet Setter Janelle. In today's video, I want to talk about the most important site in Mexico, Chichen Itza. The country of Mexico takes great pride in this site. It welcomes over 2 million visitors per year. Chichen Itza is special for its duality. In 1988, it was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and in 2007, it became one of the new world wonders.
Wow.
It is an architectural marvel, a symbol of Maya cultural heritage. Where is Chichen Itza? It is located in the Yucatan state in eastern Mexico. I think this is a great location because it is in the middle of Merida, Yucatan's capital, and Riviera Maya, Cancun, Puerto Playa, Tulum, which means it's going to be easy for you to reach Chichen Itza. How to get there? If you are flying in, of course, you can go to the Cancun airport. If you want to learn more about Cancun, go ahead and click here. Once you've reached Cancun, there's going to be a variety of ways for you to get to Chichen Itza. There are tours who will provide the transportation. It's going to be included in the cost. You can take the audio bus directly to the World Wonder. There are rental cars that you can use if you want to drive and do, a self-guided tour. You could even opt to do the Colectivo for the budget-friendly travelers. The train Maya is under construction. I am not sure if they have finalized the route so that you can get to Chichen Itza, but that is going to be another option too. Once it is running, you'll be able to find the station that is nearest to the World Wonder. At the time I was in Puerto Morelos, I had rented a house there, and honestly, I don't remember, you guys, how I got to Chichen Itza. I've been there a few times, but usually what people can do, the main tours that are going to go to Chichen Itza leave from Cancun, but you can get them from Valladolid, you can get them from Tulum. Here's more information on Tulum if you want to visit. I mean, there's plenty of ways. Because it is in such a good location, it's really what you prefer. When is it open? Chichen Itza is open daily from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's right, it's open every day. Let's talk about the entrance fees and the ticket types. If you go to this website, chichenitza.com, the government has really made a variety of ways for you to enjoy this UNESCO site. In fact, they offer free entry to Mexican citizens and residents. If you are a foreigner living in Mexico and you show your Mexico ID, you will be able to enter Chichen Itza for free as well. I think that is amazing. For everyone else, it's going to be, as of 2024, 614 Mexican pesos. That comes about to 37 US dollars. And this includes 2 fees. If you are taking the guided tour, I got mine with Get Your Guide. They have different prices. Like when I looked it up for the month of September, when I'm releasing this video, it was 45% off, which reminded me of when I visited a few years back. So for $32, you are going to be able to go to Chichen Itza. I think that's a great deal. You are going to have to pay the additional fee that I mentioned. For $32, it includes your transportation, it includes a guide, it includes a buffet, and they take you to Valladolid. I liked Valladolid so much, I went back just to explore that town. I stayed there a couple of nights. So this is a really great tour. If you book ahead of time, months out, it's going to be about $59. This is with Get Your Guide. They pair up with SAT Mexico Tours. You can go directly to their website, the local site, where it's going to be more. Okay, this is a business. This is the top attraction in Mexico. They're getting all these visitors per year. They're going to make some money. Y'all know this is a budget-friendly channel, so I'm trying to give you the cheapest way. I think the cheapest way to go would be to do it yourself with the Colectivo. It's just not going to be as pleasant when you're traveling with the locals. So Get Your Guide is going to be your best bet. For a world wonder, come on. It's a 12-hour tour though. If you are into history and you really aren't trying to see the cenotes or go to Valladolid, you're not really wanting to see the Maya village, then you might want to look into a Chichen Itza only tour. They offer those as well. I'm telling you, whatever itinerary you are thinking of, you're going to be able to find it in Mexico for Chichen Itza. Remember, the small groups and the private tours are going to cost more. I forgot to mention that the Get Your Guide tour to Chichen Itza, it includes the skipping the line. What happens, the guide, once we meet at the meeting point, they pick up all of the travelers, and then we drive I think it was Cancun that I was coming from. We arrived at Chichen Itza. We had to pay the fees to enter. We were able to skip the line. The guide gave us our receipts. There's 2 receipts that you need to be able to keep with you. I like to wear my money belt, so I just hold it in there. And of course, I take a picture. It's a good memento of me visiting. What you could even do is if you just want to come in from the day, I know some people just want to stay in Tulum or Puerto Morelos. Maybe you are visiting from Merida. You can bring your bags because the entrance of Chichen Itza, they have lockers. Okay, there's storage areas. So you could put all your belongings there, explore the UNESCO site, and then continue on to your Mexico itinerary. Chichen Itza does not allow you to bring in big bags. Drones and tripods are banned. If you do want to bring professional video equipment, you're going to need to get a permit, and that is going to come at an additional cost. When you are thinking about what to bring, repellent. You want to make sure to pack some biodegradable sunscreen. It is very hot. There are no coverings there. You are in the hot sun. I felt like my skin was burning. And I wore a jumpsuit because I really cannot have my legs, arms, feet, hands, everything just melting away in the sun. So the pants were able to give me some protection. My arms and face, however, I was just out there baking, y'all. Comfortable walking shoes would be a great idea, and you can wear a visor or a hat. If you are planning on going to the cenotes, you might want to bring a towel. I like to talk about my Turkish towel that I bring everywhere with me, and swimwear. I'm going to recommend that you go during the week. On the weekends, it can get crazy crowded. Remember, I told you the locals, if they're Yucatan residents, they get in free. Mexican citizens get in free. That's going to be the masses. That's only on Sunday, though. But still, Friday, Saturday, it is jam-packed. If you want to avoid the crowds, I would say go on a weekday for sure. And go early morning if you are doing this as a self-guided tour. You want to beat the big buses because when they come in, it's just going to be crowds on top of crowds, kids running. And we already know how those vendors are. I'm going to get to that in a minute. Just save yourself the trouble and go early. Once at Chichen Itza, your tour begins. The guide is usually going to have the group all gather around El Castillo. This is Kukulkan, the step pyramid. I mean, can you imagine the work and time that they put into this site? The engineering and architecture. It's a true wonder of the ancient world. Each of the 4 sides of Kukulkan has 91 steps. That brings you to a total of 365 steps, representing the solar year. If you are visiting during the equinox, you're going to be able to see the serpent shadow that is cast on the side. It is absolutely amazing. The guide will show you how to do the claps. You're going to be able to hear the echo of the Quetzal bird. Next, they will take you to the ancient ball court where you're able to see the game. Chichen Itza, it was used as a ceremonial site. When you are visiting these world wonders, it's really important that you listen to the guide, take in the information. Or if you're not that type of traveler, you can go and take pictures. Whatever you do, you are not allowed to climb the pyramid anymore. In fact, there was a video of a woman, I'm not sure if she's from Europe or wherever. The Mexican people were not having it. They were booing her as she was climbing up. And, when she came down, they mobbed her like, I don't know what she was thinking. It's very disrespectful. This is such a sacred site to the Mayan people, to the country of Mexico, and for you to just be running up and down it just to get your pictures, it's absolutely not okay. I heard that she was charged with a fine of 5,000 pesos. Once a site has been designated as UNESCO status, this means that it is protected. Just don't do this, y'all. We want future generations to be able to come and visit this wonder as well. Climbing those stairs with all of those visitors every year is going to damage the structure. So I'm glad the Mexican government just shut it down, said you are not allowed to climb it anymore. There is an observatory tower where the Mayans studied stars. They were able to track celestial events. There is lots to learn about Maya civilization, astronomy, and their calendar. And of course, there are going to be other areas to look at. This is a huge site. At the end of your tour, there's going to be a tourist market. You will be able to see it, and you're going to hear the sounds of jaguars, eagles. They are selling you all sorts of things. Now, you guys, these vendors, souvenir sellers, it can start to be overwhelming, and it's just a lot. I've already walked around the sacred site. I was able to take my pictures. The guide really took great pictures of me. Shout out to them, SAT Mexico Tours. I just want to sit and rest my legs, because what happened on my tour, we went to the Maya village first. We had lunch and, had the buffet lunch. They did a dance for us. And we went to the cenote before reaching Chichen Itza. I was like, why would you put Chichen Itza at the end? Like, how crowded it's going to be. So I was hot and miserable by the end of our tour with the guide. But no, they were like, go through the vendor stalls. They are yelling at you. And I was like, if I hear one more jaguar sound, I'm going to lose it. I ate a little bit, but I was ready to get back to Puerto so I could eat a proper vegetarian meal, because you know how the buffets are. You want to be respectful to the vendors. This is how they make their living. Honestly, I feel like these items are it's just these little trinkets. They're overpriced. So I'm not going to call these items junk, but they are mass produced. You can tell that they are not authentic. I would recommend that you go to Mercado 28. If you are in Cancun, you can go to Mercado 23. Like, Souvenir is going to be so much better there. I don't know if those are either. Like, the locals recommend going to Mercado 28. For me, my souvenirs were my pictures. I'm here on YouTube talking about it to you. Just don't be rude. I'm not going to say avoid eye contact. It's similar to when you reach, when you leave customs, it's just like a swarm of the guides and people asking you to purchase tours right at Cancun airport. So you can smile and say, no gracias, no gracias. That's the most polite way to do it. But they're going to hassle you. I know some tourists, their experience at Chichen Itza was dimmed. It was dimmed a bit because of this. If y'all have any tips of what you do with annoying vendors, let me know in the comments. The best viewpoints for pictures, you want to get away from the pyramid. If you're standing right in front of Kukulkan, you're just going to look like a little speck, depending on the person, or they're not going to be able to get the entire structure. What you want to do are go to places like here where you can use the leaves as frames. Be creative, have a little fun with it. The guides know how to do the trick shots. They will take your iPhone. Of course, you want to tip them at the end of the tour, because they are out here working. They had to collect and make sure that all of us got on the bus on time. They took us to the village. Like, they really worked hard. And they took our pictures. I think these were great pictures for me. The tour guides work very hard. They are going to give you usually a card so that you can review your experience at the site. And be honest, if the tour guide wasn't doing their best, because you can tell if the guide is into it, or if they're just like, all right, let's go, here, snap, snap. And they could just be having a bad day. The tour guide makes all the difference. I hope that you have a good one when you visit. I did forget to say hydrate. In these types of temperatures, you want to make sure that you are drinking as much water as you can. And yes, you are able to bring small bags. I had on a backpack throughout this tour. And I believe at Chichen Itza, what I wanted to do, I left my bag on the bus because I did not think we were going to be there that long. In hindsight, I think we were there maybe, an hour, hour and a half. It wasn't too long, because remember, they had put us at the end. What I recommend for you is to start out with Chichen Itza. But again, it depends on Get Your Guide. It depends on SAT Mexico Tours, how they want to plan out the day. And you can't control that if you're with them. You know what I mean? Lastly are going to be the cenotes. You have Cenote Sagrado. There is Cenote Iquil. I don't know if I'm saying it right. These are the natural sinkholes, and they're going to be a great way for you to swim and cool down after a long, hot day. If you want to come at night, there is a light and sound show. There's various ways for you to visit this ancient Maya city. What's better, Tulum or Chichen Itza? Tulum has ruins as well. Of course, I'm going to say that Chichen Itza wins over Tulum ruins because it is a world wonder. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I think that you would truly be missing out if you skipped over Chichen Itza. All of these tips are going to ensure that you have a successful visit to Chichen Itza. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments which UNESCO heritage site I should cover next. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on my next video. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to see you next Tuesday.